Welcome to the SethCraft channel. I'm Seth. In this video, I'm continuing the build of this 10 by 12 outbuilding. It's time for some fun. We're going to be doing sheetrock here on the walls. So if you're interested in that, continue watching. We're using 1/2 inch sheetrock, and we're going to have 1 1/4 inch screws to attach this to our wall. To cut our first piece, we want it to end on a stud. And so to this stud here is 92 3/4. And so we're going to cut that down. This is also going to allow us to use the small bit of extra sheetrock to keep a 1/2 inch gap above the floor. So let's go ahead and use our razor knives to cut this piece of sheetrock. Using a square to make sure that line is transferred all the way down the piece of sheetrock.
Wow.
All right. Next,
wow.
We'll do another one when there's...
Good thing I blocked it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh. Now that we have the 1/2 inch spacer piece down here on the ground, we're going to measure up so we can start cutting out for receptacles and light switches. So we got 39 1/4, and we will go up on the box from there. And then we're going to measure from this far wall to get the distance from the wall to the receptacle. 29 1/4.
29 1/8.
Marking 29 over, and then 39 1/4 up. We're going to do 4 1/8 for the box height, and then 2 1/2 for the box width. Looks like we're off by a little bit here. That was a good one.
You'll hold it up for a second. I'm going to get mine.
The first piece is completely on the wall here. Moving on to the next one, we're going to have to cut a piece down. And then after this piece, we will put a longer section up top here and stagger these for best results. Nice even cut. This is one of our more complex pieces. Hopefully we've got everything cut out properly. We're about to find out. That corner is just a little bit too low by like 1/4 inch.
1, 2, 3.
I've got a can of great stuff. This is designed for the trim of windows and doors. It's just going to be an insulation to help any kind of drafts that would be felt between the 2x4s and the windows or doors. So have to be careful with this stuff because it will expand pretty quick, but I'm just going to be filling the gaps in between like this right here. I've put that expanding foam into all the gaps between the window and the door. And it is expanding out a little bit. When it dries, I'll have to take a knife and cut that, but that will help with the insulation value along these windows. And all of the pieces of sheetrock are now in. Considering this is our first attempt at sheetrock, I think it's looking pretty good. The next step is going to be doing the mud, which should be quite entertaining if you are a professional, but we're going to give it our best shot here. We've got some 2-inch joint tape with this joint compound. We've got the Proform Dust Tech, and I also purchased a pan and a knife. And so what I'm going to do first is apply a nice thick coat of this joint compound and then put the tape on top. And then I'm also going to take some more compound on top of that to press it in and make a nice smooth surface. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to take the tape here and measure out how much I need. Go ahead and cut that, just using my hands to rip it. Then I'm going to use my joint compound here, and I'm just going to make sure I have enough on the wall that the tape will fully adhere to that. Okay, that's a nice generous amount of that. I'll go ahead and stick the tape right on the center of that joint. Press it in a little bit to make sure that it is stuck. I can also use my knife to smooth that out a little bit. Now I'm going to go back over that tape with some more of this joint compound, pressing in well enough to make sure that it smooths out nicely. There we go. There is one complete joint. Now I'm going to go through here and get everything else done. Just finished the first coat on the sheetrock here. So all of the seams have been taped and mudded. We also went over all of the exposed screw holes, and we'll have to come back in about 12 hours and do some sanding on all of that before we put on the second coat. I will bring you back in just a bit so you can see that second coat going on. After the first coat of mud has been put on, I'm going to use one of these 80 grit sanding blocks to pull down some of these high spots before the second coat is applied. I'm going to make sure that I also go over all of the places where there were screws. With the first coat of mud finished and sanded, it's time to get the second coat on here. So I'm just going to come back and apply a nice generous coat, expanding a little bit further than the first coat. Make sure it's nice and smooth here. I'm also going to take some more of this mud and cover all the screw holes again to make sure they are not ever going to show through the paint. Over the past couple days, the homeowner has put the third coat of mud and also primed and painted 3 walls. Let me show you what that looks like here. Definitely turning out to look quite nice. So if you look up here, you can see that the walls where we have put that mud and sanded is looking fantastic. This wall right here, I honestly don't see any blemishes. This one over here, there is a little bit of a bubble right here. If you get in kind of close, you can see right there. But we're going to have a cabinet system over here, and so we won't be able to see that. And then if I move over to this side over here, you can see that that is done as well. Now you're getting a sneak peek of the ceiling. That will be in the next video. If we move over here, we had an issue with this seam right here between the 2 windows. It had a bit of a bubble on it, so we pulled that off and then put more of the tape and put more of the mud up there. But this is our last wall to paint, and we'll be done with this part of the build. Sometimes mistakes happen. That's not supposed to be there. Like I had mentioned before, we're not going to mud or paint any in the corners because the trim will be covering that. Our seams turned out pretty good here in the middle of the building. Up here on this triangular piece, we had lots of different pieces stuck together, and those have turned out good as well. Our very first outlets that we cut open here were this one right here and these up here. So we had a little bit extra of a gap right here, and we improved as we went along. So that one's pretty good right there, and this one as well. We haven't tested out our covers yet, but hopefully everything is sufficient there. This one was a nice close fit right there. Now the windows, we're going to be putting pine trim along those as well. So we'll be covering up any of these edges that you see right here. Well, for a couple of beginners, I feel like this sheetrock turned out pretty good. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and stay tuned for the next video here in this 10 by 12 outbuilding build. I'm Seth with the SethCraft channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.